Welcome back. We are at the Hilltop Pet Clinic, and I'm happy to have Cheryl joining me along with Sawyer and special guest Thelma. Okay, so if you're like most pet owners and you wanted tips on how to trim toenails, Cheryl's going to give us a few tips and tricks on how to trim toenails. All right. What's one of the first things we need to know?
You want to make sure that you know where the quick is before you trim. If you're trimming the feet this way, you can't see the quick.
The quick?
That is the part that bleeds if you cut it too short.
Okay.
If you trim this way, you can see where the quick begins.
Okay.
And where you can safely cut. See the quick right here? Yep. That little dry, or not dry spot? Just like that. Easy peasy.
And how short do you go? Is there a certain size?
No, there's not a size. You have to go by according to what the dog's foot and the quick will give you.
Okay.
You can cut too short and make them bleed, so you just take off to just before, like on this foot here.
And you prefer doing it this way because?
I like to do it this way because, one, I'm not asking the dog to lay on the ground and be overwhelming to it. And then two, this is a natural position for the dog to be in, is standing. I'm not bending the legs at some odd, bad angle, out, in, under, you know, twisting. Okay. We don't want to do that.
Well, talk a little about the tool that you're using.
Okay, so these are just some standard nail trimmers that you can get. They give a sharper cut. I prefer these myself. Okay. And these are a smaller version. They're good for kitty nails, small dog nails, things like that. Again, they give a nice cut, a nice sharp cut. They don't splinter the nail. You can see they don't crush the nail to make the dog uncomfortable as well. Okay. And then the Dremel, this is just an inexpensive one you can get at Walmart. Not a plug for Walmart, but you know, you can take off any rough edges and make them nice and smooth so that they don't scratch. They're still going to have nails, they're still going to have some length, but they won't be sharp. They'll be nice and round and comfortable for the dogs. So, right? Yay!
Okay, Cheryl, now we're going to learn how to trim nails on a cat. And this is Phil, by the way.
Okay, same situation. We want to try and work with the back feet. Now with kitties, you can see that their nails are white. They're more white than, say, a dog nail would be. Okay. So I can see where the nail bed or the quick is. And we have, hold still, Phil. Phil's like, no, I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
Sorry, pudgy boy.
Hold on.
So do you have any tips and tricks to make your pet okay with getting the toenails done? Because you don't want to make it a horrible experience every time.
Right. Treats are a good thing. Treats are wonderful if it might be a little bit of baby food, a lick of the baby food for kitties. They make like a liquid treat at the pet store that you can just open up and give them just a little lick and send them on their way. Even if you have to do you know, one nail at a time to get them acclimated to having them done. That way it's not so much stress on them. Baby steps are wonderful. You just have to be consistent. You have to have a plan, and you have to keep working at it and not let them get away with saying, you're never going to ever trim my nails.
How often should you trim a kitty's nails then versus a dog's?
If you don't have the scratching post and things like that, if they're not active, I would say to keep them down once a week. Once a week. I would, because that way they're not going to sharpen them on things such as the sisal. They're supposed to wear them down on things like that, but I personally think it helps to sharpen them sometimes. Okay. But take the tips off, and then that way they won't be so apt to go to the furniture, go to you, things like that.
So if you're afraid to do it, you can always stop by the Hilltop Pet Clinic.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Please feel free.
All right. Sawyer, Phil, Cheryl, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
All right. Join us next Monday for another edition of Pet Doc.